Hey everyone, Hussein here and welcome to episode 20 I believe. Holy smokes! That is insane, like 20 episodes. And we haven't graduated every school yet, but we managed to already have permits to do Imperial contract, so we do make a lot of progress. So on the last episode we have focused on sewing grind again, and I introduced you a way to collect items on landing with search. This broom, it took me about an hour to get it. Like, I met the search requirement, so it was absolutely terrible. And then we managed to get a shipwright job card, as you can see here. Because usually to have this job you need a tactics level from rank 6 I believe from a job quest. I'm not sure, I will put the link in the description on how to get this job card actually. As well from both quests to NPC, because the NPC took also very long to appear. And then we managed to get some introduction of the outpost in Willemstad, and we also visited Grand Cayman. And then out of nowhere, while I was about to get Tinquila, we managed to find under recognition skill when the sailor said something valuable is being dropped. 162 Miansu Nian Hua, one of the most valuable East Asia trade goods, that has led us to almost 10 million profit, and we managed to get 22,000 trade XP, and our aid went also skyrocketing, so it was nothing to sneeze at. Like, it was amazing. So because of that we are able to afford a quarter this time, because I needed 5 million already. And we can maybe start shipbuilding by now actually, who knows. So yeah, let's start with a bit more sewing grind and make a little bit more money after purchasing the quarters. Did I invest here before? No. Okay, I have the right job, so... Oh yeah, since I'm in a sewing job, I could as well make feathers. Now say this a reward for your hard work. What am I doing? Rip, and then we have to invest a certain amount of money in Helder, so we can get another recipe book for sewing. Now what we can do is purchase a quarter. You can do that by going to the bank, buy quarters. Here we go, and once you do it, purchase it. And you can choose to read the sign, but we have a little coat tank to show it, so we have to wait for a while. Now we can check our quarters, how it looks like. As you can see, our quarters has somewhat expanded, and we have a mannequin over here. Now in quarters you can talk to the steward, and we have actually more variety options. I have explained more about it. Now ornament display, there's not much to this. Here you can choose to display ornament, much like we did for the museum. Now there is no skill book we have yet. And we cannot store any 8 because we have no more than 1 8 yet. You can check to the steward, and you can replace steward with other stewards if you want. And I will go for the maid. You can order them a drink whenever you need. Okay, there can be only one mannequin. So the mannequin, you can basically just give the mannequin outfit. It's one way to store outfits, and can change the mannequin in between, but you can also arrange it. So the way you do it is by selecting it, and then I actually found this a bit very clunky. You can here check the position of it. Actually, wait. We're gonna try to put it in the middle. So you can place it like this. It's a bit hard to control, so make sure to know what you're doing. Okay, the arrows all correspond from which angle you're trying to place it. So this is the front, this is for the back. But if I do it here, it goes to the front and back. So you have to make sure to have the camera angle right when doing this. And if you feel have any... Oh, you can change the pose! Ah, nice. And you can actually change the size of the mannequin in some ways, I noticed. Now this is... What? Oh! Hey, that's a fishy. A guitar. Now we have that, and confirm the placement. Well, actually, I have a better idea. No. No, wait, not to the original placement. Now we can give it some equipment. And well, the studio uniform is something we can honor the mannequin. Oh, we have to change the. It does reset the emotion. I'm not sure if we can do it still. Yes, we can. Okay, no, that looks a bit weird. You know what? I go for the salute. Now the mannequin is being placed here, and I believe we can only place one of them. At least the quarter is not entirely empty now. So that's how you do it. Now we can put one more item into the storage. Yeah, we can put the RAM into it. Can add another consumable in the storage, and I would say, yeah, I don't need the carpentry tools immediately, so we can actually store it as well. These can be very helpful in maritime, but with the current equipment we have, it won't be anytime soon. So at least we have more inventory space. Now we're gonna do a search all item, and I want to request investment book because we have to invest quite a lot in Antwerp. Okay, London does sell it at a decent price, so we could visit London first. Time to head for London. Okay, I figured actually what happened. While I was sailing, my monitor kept flicking the one that I'm playing with my character, so I'm not sure what happened, but it was definitely not usual. So we're gonna check the company. Oh! Well, we actually receive 1 million ducat from processing gem toolkit. That's actually amazing. No. We're gonna exhibit more items. I'm gonna put it just on 1 million. So we're gonna sell some of our trade goods and... Oh yeah, I forgot why we came here, for the Food Quest investment book. Ah, we can make tribute goods here as well. Okay, that is nice. And oh, custom bonnet sale. Wait, isn't this the same recipe as the one in the Caribbean that I want to make? Because if this is true, then I guess we don't have to sail all the way long. Yeah. Very nice. This recipe is normally in Outpost, but apparently they have it here available as well. But they don't have enough fabrics trading yet, so that is good to know. Actually, it means that we don't have to go all the way to Caribbean to get all the materials. So we have to keep in mind we can craft it here. Okay, a quest investment book is something that I want. I think 10 of those are plenty. Back to Amsterdam. Now we are heading to Oslo. No wait, let's get the recipe book from Antwerp, Helder. And that's another topic to talk about, investment reward. At a certain investment, not only you actually unlock some features in the port, like specific trade goods, Townsman recipe, etc. But you also unlock, you can also get this reward at a certain investment you make. So we gotta try to invest. Oh, we get another court rank soon. Nice. Aha, sweet. We have the recipe. Actually, we might as well head to Amsterdam to get our fabric skill up. We are being summoned. Now, because we have court rank 8, we should be able to upgrade our quarters. So we go to quarters, redesign plan. I select North Sea. And by redesigning it, you see the redesign of degree. And we put the plan in. And you can upgrade the redesign here on a daily basis. As you can see, we can choose to do it now, but if we have carpentry 2 and lumber, we can speed up the redesign, which I will show you later how this can be done efficiently. Let's head to London to get more Oxford themes. Oh yes, I'm doing one big dumb mistake. I'm carrying way too much money. For a new players, do not follow my example. I'm just a very careless captain here. Always make sure to store the rest of your money, especially if you go to hostile waters. Another Oxford event. Ah, yes, the scene. Now, as you can see, the story gets more tense. And we probably have more themes coming up. Danger management. Ah, that is sailing distance again. We're gonna take this. Now back to Amsterdam. Now we have a dye fabric dies and oh wait, there's for carpets. These are meant to make carpets. Okay, never mind. But this is still very helpful for the future. Got the wrong recipe book. I realized the one that I'm looking for is actually in the item shop. We're gonna get with one of the map because it's unlikely we're gonna do this discovery. Fabric seafood fine cloth. Whoa! Hey! Okay. This is the one we want, and this may give us a lot of proficiency. And we get some flannels crafted for this. Ooh, this is not the best profitable out there. Nice, now we go to Oslo to get some lumbers. Now we arrived at Oslo. Let's see if we have something to sell. Oh, Dutch Calico is very decent here. We have... Oh, ladies and gentlemen, dunk again. Let's do some sewing. Oh yeah, another thing to note, we have to put the purchase category out of the... Apparently if you put something in the captain bag... Yeah, you... Wait, yeah, it doesn't show up under the UI side or under the trade interface, which is kind of weird. But wait, if I do it here, it does show up here. So keep in mind, if you have anything in the captain bag that is used for trading throughout the trade UI site, then you cannot use it. So make sure, double check it. Now we definitely need this many lumber. can go to Gothenburg to get some valuable goods and then sell it at Amsterdam. Here we are at Gothenburg. Wow, that was a very quick ambush. That was close. I was in disorder. If I were in melee, I will be screwed. Like, I don't even have leadership skill to defend it, and that's by the way important for maritimers. Whenever you do frequently battle, leadership skill is almost a must-have to deal with disorder. You can't get that from you can't get that easily from cannon fires, especially normal shot, double shot, chain shots, and grape shots. We're gonna talk more about shot types later on. Here we are back at Amsterdam. Now it's a good time to mention about Townman recipe. But first, let's sell some goodies. Those delicious crayfish. And get some iron as well. Alright, it is a moment where quarters do shine because we need to store some lumber. And I'm happy that Amsterdam sells iron by chance. Oh wait, we have to put this... Oh yeah, important thing, you can only store trade goods inside the quarter itself, so you have to... So what we have to do is we have to go inside. We wanna put like 100 lumber for now. Well, that I didn't expect to be filled this fast. So, Townsman... Wait, we have to get more hemp. So you see production showing up, which we have seen in several episodes before. And if you see a hammer symbol showing up in NPCs, they have essentially the recipe books that you can check in, which we have done in London, and you can see a variety of recipes showing up. These are not recipe books that we can own from them. However, we can borrow the recipe book to craft something out of it. And we want to make these walnut sails. Now, before we do that, make sure to set your 8 duty on the Paymaster. Paymaster duty increases your great success production rate. And there is something to tell you, because there is you can as you can see on this recipe, let me see, because it is important to show an example of it. Yes, on this screenshot you can see well, if the website does load through fast enough. As you can see, here's the recipe that I'm gonna use, and you can normally, I thought it was only craftable in Willemstad, until I fortunately realized soon enough that you can actually craft this as well from the company secretary, which we're gonna do, and the only requirement for that is to join the company, which we did with Ghost Vision. So the sales that we're gonna make, and the difference is with Great Success Production here is that you can get in a very different sale mast instead, which has improved value. Let's see what we get out of this. Now you can see missing Gallon Bonnets showing up, and it's a normal success production. And we're gonna try again. And still no luck. I'm gonna use more approach for the category 3. Aha! Great success! As you can see with the great success production, we received a very different type of sail. And this one is very good, like it has no turn speed penalty, which is something we actually wanted. The other 2 sail masts we made, we're gonna sell it at the shipyard. I doubt anyone else... As you can see the difference, these are the ones that we have made ourselves in normal production and the great success. You can see the difference clearly. You're gonna get more iron from London and then we go back. Now we can take out the rest of the lumber. Ah, wait, right, we have to sell first. Time to make another attempt. We actually need only 2 of those powerful sail masts because I'm planning to use a chest from the challenge mission because there is an item in there that we need for shipbuilding. It is a major factor we're gonna introduce in this episode. But first, let's see if we can get a great success. If not, we're gonna get some iron from the company shop, which is always... I don't normally recommend it, but if you have no other shields, you have to. Ooh, sweet! Ladies and gentlemen, you got it! Yay! TeriTeri, we have it. Now we're gonna unlock or use one of the challenge starters pack, and there is a reason for that because it has one of the items we're gonna need that is related to shipbuilding, if I can find it. Ah, there we go. We're gonna get this pack. and we're gonna open it. It's untradeable, so you cannot trade with other players. This is mostly done to prevent farming happening that some players can exploit otherwise, so hence it's not deemed tradable. And I can see we have not enough inventory space, and this is what we are looking for. This is what we need, but we have to make some space first. Now, this is previous stats with the current sail mast we have. Gonna take a screenshot of it. Because we're gonna unequip those sail masts and sell them, because we don't need them anymore. And then we go open the starters pack. And these starters packs are meant to help new players out during the voyage. And you can see we have also something that is very helpful for later. And also this as well. Oh, this one is not longer untradeable. It used to be, but they changed that. By opening the chest, you get all the items that are given. Now there are two things that chest that the level 50 pack consists: a sail mast, that's why we need 2 instead of 3, and another consumable which I will talk about later. Now you're gonna equip those instead. Okay, and now we behold our improvement of our ship. We have now slightly higher vertical sailing, but as well as also a much higher horizontal sailing, so our base speed should be slightly increased with this. And our turn speed is also better because 2 out of 3 masts does not give a turn speed penalty, which is something very desirable. If we unequip this, how would it look like? Not that different, actually. Yeah, no, there's not that huge of a difference, so we can keep the plates on. So now we have that. What you may have noticed, we also received a 10 million check. That money is actually meant to purchase the quarters or to purchase a dock expansion at the outpost. For me, cases Willemstad for England, Grand Cayman, Trujillo for Spain, Caracas for Venice, Cayenne for France, and Pernambuco for Portuguese. So that was the check meant for. So in case players got unlucky with making profits, they can always do that. But because we have managed to make a good profit, that 10 mil will be used for shipbuilding mostly. So in order to convert the check into, you have to use check handling. Oh yeah, about checks, if you have 10 million, 1 billion money into the bank, you can convert them into check. You have to pay a certain amount of fee. The benefits of a check is you can pay players directly without money, but through checks. And the great thing about checks is they are not subject to plundering, so even if you carry a large amount of checks, these are not a subject to, so that is one way to save your money in case you feel unsafe about it when you get rich with trading or adventuring into dungeon or plundering for maritime, etc. So we're gonna handle this. You're gonna say 0, and then you can see the amount of money we'll have in bank, 13 million. And then we're gonna put more money into the bank because we don't need this many. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment we have been waiting for. It's time to become a shipwright. If we meet the requirements, but we should. We have total level of 50, so... Shipwright is a maritime job. Aha, here we go. So this is one of the most important jobs in Uncharted Waters Online. Anyone that wishes to build a ship or to improve a ship, this job is must-have as the favorite shipbuilding. And shipbuilding is the main topic that we're gonna talk about. So we're gonna accept this job. Yes. And now we are able to get 2 skills that I at least want to get, and that is gunnery. Or wait, I may get gunnery later, but shipbuilding is definitely we need. Now shipbuilding in itself is a very complex skill that, like on surface, it's pretty simple. Like if you check, ships can be built at the shipyard, and that sounds very simple. However, the complexity of shipbuilding is one of the greatest in Uncharted Waters Online, and I don't think I can cover enough in this new player's guide video. I will refer some shipbuilding guides that has been created by many players. One of the most noticeable one is Cadillac Shrimping, that made the guide for more than 10 years ago. Or Cubius or other shipbuilders, and there are pretty much also some shipbuilding guides around it. Now, normally as a new player, you don't need to bother that depending if you have a company. Like usually people that have graduated at some point, new players, they have already found a company or friends that have shipbuilding rank 20 or so. However, the issue is that not every single player is a new player is lucky to find someone with shipbuilding, and they are then stuck with the ship with no improvements whatsoever. So I'm taking the shipbuilding skill to show you that you can stand up for yourself, even if there is no one else you can find to help you at that situation. So what happens if, when we talk to the shipyard, aside from purchasing the ship, we see now also custom shipbuilding. Wait, is there a requirement for the refit still? Okay, one thing to note, if you have shipbuilding rank 5 or higher, you can also refit the amount of sailors and chambers. It is not currently shown here, although that is something that I will bring up when we get to this point. So, in the past, we used to have build ship, improve shipbuilding, or add original shipbuilding. As you can see in this old table, how the old system looks like. After the introduction of the Order of the Prince, I believe, was that at the same time that they put them all together in a custom shipbuilding. So you're gonna click on it. Custom shipbuilding. And now you see this interface. And what you can do is you can choose one of your ships to improve, or you can choose one of them to reset performance. Reset ship skills is essentially resetting all the improved ship skills that has been added through improvement, aka adding optional skills. When we do this, reset the option, okay, great bonus, original skill will not be affected. And you have to keep in mind reset can only be undone And if you double do that, optional ship skills has been resetted. It's gone. So each ship has also their own ship skills, and that is how you reset it. However, we'll talk about ship skills later, as we are not at the point of adding ship skills, because ship skills has also their own skill requirements, and those are navigation, management techniques, and arms, which is these three. We're gonna get navigation later. We have also management technique over here, and then we have arms. These skills are are meant to operate ships that has those ship skills running in order to use them. So that's why navigation, management technique, and arms becomes very important later for those who wish to use ship skills from the ship. Adding ship skill can be done through shipbuilding, and that's why we have got the skill. However, we can try to add an optional skill. The issue is that we have to need some certain FS part ingredient. Okay, so let's say we go. Well, let's not check the improvements. We're gonna first start building a ship. And as you can see a variety of ships that you can build, and the requirements are being shown. The level requirements, and you can see the amount of required building days. Those amount of days equals to the amount of days you have to spend in sea in order for those ships to be done. You can pick them from other shipyards once it's finished. Keep in mind, however, that you need to have space on your inventory in order to order a ship to be built. And you can see the cost of it, how much it costs to build those, and it's not actually very cheap. It's kind of nice because you can now build any ship now. In the past, you had each ship had a shipbuilding requirement to be built, and the amount of this was the original equation to get shipbuilding proficiency. However, with the new system, the proficiency formula has changed. And I'm gonna see if I can add a link on the description for that, because I did shipbuilding way back in the older days before the Order of the Prince came out, and back then everything here had the shipbuilding requirement in order to be built. However, it's not longer the case, and I understood that the shipbuilding proficiency is now based on the amount of days it takes for the ship to be finished. And there is one ship that I want to build, and that is a Carrack. And the benefit, by the way, from building these ships compared to purchasing on the shipyard is they are also much cheaper, although it takes time to build. And here you can select the materials that you want to be. And let's say each material gives a different sailing performance, sailing speed, and durability. Depending on the material, that is how much the sail stats and the durability will be affected. Here are all the panels, list of panels given. Depending on the choice, that is the material that will influence the base sail stats and the durability. And you don't have to worry about it because you can always change this later. However, it's pretty costly to make those panels, so. And then you can choose the capacity. The capacity that is a representation of the total combination of the hull, cannon chambers, and sailors. And the capacity changes and the cargo changes along. These two will remain unchanged, but the cargo will change. Now, you have two types of frames, and the current capacity is given. And let's say the no penalty range means that if we put it in higher cargo or the lower cargo, no penalty happens. But if we, for instance, put the penalty on 334 or 385, you can see penalties happening. And if we're gonna execute this, there will be minus improvement being involved. And that is something I do not recommend to do that during shipbuilding, because it can make it difficult to improve it back. And in the for rank 20 shipbuilders, the higher the rank of the shipbuilding rank, the greater this range becomes, and the more cargo hold you can increase or decrease. Now you might wonder, isn't it better to have always a better amount of cargo for your ship? And I do get that, because I always complained about how low my cargo hold was for my previous ships, so it was hard to make some trading. However, there is also a benefit to minimize cargo. You see, the lower the capacity is from your cargo, the greater the acceleration of your ship becomes. And it is very beneficial. Usually adventure ship and maritime ships have those, allowing them to be faster in picking up speed when they depart from the port or when they are doing sea battles. So when you have maximum capacity, your acceleration is much reduced, making it harder to get up with your ship, and that can be pretty bad if you are also in a sea battle, because if you start doing extreme turns, it takes longer to recover your ship speed loss. So that's the difference. And you see sometimes players talking about minus 20% or plus 20%. That represents the amount of capacity range from its original value that is shown. And minus 25 and plus 25 is essentially the range they use here. The maximum range that they use where the penalty is also applied. Usually they do this the moment they are almost done with improving the ship. And that is also assuming they have also the budget to do that. However, for new players, in case you go into shipbuilding and you want to grind shipbuilding, do not change the hold capacity, because you will increase the cost on building a ship, which you rather want to avoid. So we're gonna go next, and we can name the ship, and we are gonna say Carrack Mat ship, mat as material, which is another thing that I will bring up later. We're gonna complete it. I see we have received some shipbuilding proficiency. I am not sure how it will exactly work, because this is so different, because we used to have more shipbuilding proficiency with the old formula, so I'm curious how this works. So that is how you build a ship, and keep in mind some ships require some hull materials to be built. It's a very complicated topic, so I'm not sure if I can add everything in one video. Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna go to Bordeaux. Let's see if we can bring a quest along with us. Nice timing, we have to be in Bordeaux for another reason. Now with the new sail mast, I'm curious how much speed is gonna be improved. I got the quest info. Ah, nice, you have to get back to Amsterdam for the quest. Now we're gonna search in the dungeon, I mean at Bordeaux, to see if we can find some ropes. Oh man, someone is already farming here. I hope he didn't take any ropes, because those are the ones I need. Necklace of Death. You can sell those later in the item shop. That's one rope. We need 3 more to go. Oh, a mysterious spice. Okay. Now I have to get rid of some items here. Pretty insane for how much that can even sell. I start to see why people do searching for the church. Although I'm not looking for items to make profit, I'm actually looking for this one. Now you may wonder why this shows some very different stats, which I will explain later. It is also related to shipbuilding. I hope they have dropped more ropes. We can see from the message still that there's some items being dropped here. And it can take a while, so keep this in mind. Ah, an improved rope. Necklace of Death again. You know, I'm here not to make money, I'm just looking for the rope. Might as well sell those. Let's search again. What? Whoa! Someone actually dropped this on Bordeaux's dungeon. I have to tell you right now, any new players, right now, if you have search skill, go to Bordeaux. You might find this, and this can help you a lot in land battle. And there's also nice sorcery, and because it's an equipment and an effect on it, it doesn't use durability in land battle as well. So whatever you do, try to get this. You don't even have to enter the Bordeaux church. Of course, you have to be lucky if anyone drops it. I honestly did not expect this. Like, I was looking for ropes, not for this, and we get this. Oh my lord. Now we have finally 4 ropes. In addition, while time passed, we also got burial bracelet, which gives +2 accounts, which is also very helpful. Now we have what we need. So I got a bazaar. These improved ropes are pretty valuable, so I'm gonna see if everyone is gonna purchase them for 2 mil only when they pass by. Improved rope. And we're gonna head back to Amsterdam. Well, let's sell first here, I almost forgot. Alright, time to head back to Amsterdam. Alright, we arrived in Amsterdam, so I'm a bit distracted in the company chat. We talk about some challenges and stuff. Ah yes, we need some iron. Wow, we get a lot of folklore quest information. Yeah, at least 10 of those. Holy smokes. The archives, huh? Oh, it's in Calais. Okay, we have to go there later. Now, more than 11 days passed in total, so we should be able to retrieve our ship. I do wonder if we get shipbuilding proficiency at that moment. Because we only received a very small fraction of it, so I wonder if we get to rest by getting the ship from the shipyard. And it's windy. Yeah, I thought so. Not that many. Oh yeah, usually the players that build the ship sell them again. And the selling price is much lower than the purchase price. However, because we made the ship build ourselves, we only lose about 60,000 ducats. So that makes shipbuilding pretty appealing. However, we have chosen a ship that takes a short amount of days to build, so maybe that's why we receive a low amount of proficiency. Now we go to the sailmaker, because it has some recipe we might need. Was it fine rigging recipe? Yes. And we're gonna make some FS part update 1. Now we have at least 4 of those. Now we're gonna stop at Hamburg or Bremen, depending which one sells standard ship parts. I believe it should be Hamburg. We're gonna check there. So let's have a check of the craftsman. Nice, it has a medium sized one. Okay, so it's time to bring up the topic about FS parts. FS parts are shipbuilding improvement materials. And you have probably seen some of mine in the inventory, like improved rope, which you can see improvement durability 20 to 40, and you can see the ship's size also being shown, light, standard and heavy, and ship type all. Now ship type refers to if it is for all type of ship, or if it is exclusive to row ship or to steam ships, etc. Ship size, there are 3 kinds of ship size, as you can see: light, standard and heavy. Now in my case, many players that start new has a light ship. So first a barca and the sloop that you get from the graduation and the caravel are also light ships. However, my Sambuk is a standard size ship. So keep in mind, if you want to use the improved shipbuilding materials, aka FS parts, make sure to see if your ship size is shown under the designated ship size that those FS parts are meant. I will show a list of FS parts and put a link in the description, because there are so many variety of it, and many of them are can be obtained from certain jobs. However, it's most preferable that many are crafted from Townman recipe, such as the high quality rigging which I have done with sewing skill. Sewing skill, handicraft and casting are the three major production skill that I use to craft those improved shipbuilding materials, and sewing is one of them. It's another reason why I wanted them, so I can have these kind of FS parts, because this one is fit for all ships, all sizes, and you can see it can give +5 to +15 vertical or horizontal improvement. Now the reason why I chose Hamburg is Hamburg sells FS parts that are meant for standard size ships, which is the one that I have for my Sambuk. Because in Amsterdam, for instance, let's have a look at the North Sea and go over details, and we go to craft shop. These are the large versions, and large versions are basically improved parts that are meant for heavy ships, which we don't have, and it's not fitting for my Sambuk. And Antwerp, for instance, has FS parts focused on light ships, as you can see, the smaller versions. So I will put a list of all the general FS parts you can purchase from Craftsman under the link in the description, or put it on the notes. Because you have to, when you start shipbuilding and you wish to improve a ship, know what kind of ship size you have. If new players start much earlier with shipbuilding than I do, and you have a light ship, make sure to go get the FS parts that are meant for light ships. And for those who have standard size ship like me, the standard sized FS parts like here, you also notice that the greater this light size FS parts are much cheaper. The general parts, the standard parts are somewhat more expensive, and the capital is much more expensive, like several million ducats. So keep in mind, shipbuilding is not a cheap thing to grind and to do shipper improvement. You need a lot of money. That's probably why they added the starter spec to 10 million shekels and added other items where you can sell for some good money, so you can do this. However, as I said, usually new players do not get involved with shipbuilding. The reason I'm showing this, in case any of you decide to do it on your own without anyone's help. And let's see. we need some inventory space because I cannot purchase anymore. You have to discard some items again. I might as well use the shipwreck map, so at least we have some space. And what else we can miss? Well, we can miss those rodent killers. We can purchase more of them from Peddler anyway. So, in order to know how the improvement looks like, first thing we do is change ship size, because we want to you cannot improve a ship that you are currently using. So we have to ship temporarily back to our cruise ship. But wait, our cargo capacity is also too high, so we have to sell our goods here at Hamburg. Alright, now we have space. But yeah, don't switch ship size where I am. Oh, we have too many supply. Okay, I guess I will move. Dismiss 8 sailors, yes. Now we want to improve our Sambuk. Now we're not gonna reset the skill because I'm gonna put the skill, let the skill alone for purpose, because we are not gonna add ship skills yet because we do not have the materials for it. So we have done the build ship section, and now we're gonna want to improve the ship. And you can check your progress of your improved ship under improved performance. And here you can see all the ship stats that can be improved based on the ship FS materials that you use. And each has its improvement value, and there is also you can also see the upper limit. That is at 70 for the sails, 26 for this turn speed, wave resistant. As you can see, all of that has a limit. Those improved value has a lower upper limit because it primarily depends on ship handling proficiency. Ship handling proficiency we have actually talked about at the start, almost at the start of the new player guide series, that by having the handling proficiency improved, you get more familiar with the ship, and by doing that, you know how the ship works, and it also increases the the limit of the improved value of those ship stats to the point that it reaches its 2 upper limit, which you can see on the bracket on the right, the limit shown. It is the 2 limit that can be reached once the ship handling proficiency is maxed out. So whenever you have a new ship and you start to improve a ship, make sure to grind also the ship handling proficiency, otherwise those, let's say I have added my vertical sail has improved by plus 30 and I have no handling proficiency. Well, it's not the upper limit is not 70 but probably 7 or so. It means that you get only plus 7 vertical sails added instead of 30. Those other 23 improved stats is not lost, it's rather that they will be added over time when the ship handling proficiency is added. So do not worry if you're gonna improve your ship while the handling proficiency is 0. It will eventually reach that upper limit at some point, just so you know that you have to sail with that ship. Or you can improve the upper limit through the pay mast at the company colony, which roughly adds 33% of the progression bar of the ship. So, graduation Sambuk. And that is how the menu looks like when we select ship. Ship improvements, this is where we want to improve our ship. Add optional skill, these are the ship skills that the graduation Sambuk can have. However, we do not have the materials for it, so we cannot do add ship skills. So we're gonna check. You cannot request improvement. We need to invest on this town. Okay, that is something also important to keep in mind. That in order to build to do shipbuilding improvement, you have to invest at a town. I gotta see if the current amount of money I invest is enough to do the improvement. I wonder if that is enough for standard ships. I highly doubt. But we're gonna double check. Aha, it's sufficient. Okay, so one thing you need to keep in mind, to do shipbuilding improvement in some towns you may need an investment depending on the ship you wish to improve, so another important thing to keep in mind. Now, when we want to improve ship, we go, okay, we select our ship and then we select next, and I want to improve my ship stats. Now you get to the material, you see materials in inventory. These are all FS parts. And also one thing that you keep in mind, in order to improve a ship, you need a special shipbuilding improvement permit. And these are mainly shipbuilding improvement permits that could require for improved ship to through special shipbuilding. These consumables used to be in the past a cash item only. However, they have Papaya and Kui later added this in the challenge box awards for new players when they meet a certain total level, and we reached total level 50, and some of these boxes can drop these those untradeable special shipbuilding improvement permits, so we cannot trade this with another player. So whenever you get this, make sure to use these wisely. They are very valuable, and they can cost between 20 to 50 million each as I am recording this new player's guide. So usually these are only obtainable from cash shop. It was something back in Gamma server that you couldn't obtain them by any other means. Let me see if I can find the shipbuilding improvement. Yes, there they are. So they used to be locked up, and while that sounds very sad back then, players could buy those improved shipbuilding permits from other players. So you can trade other players. However, there is good news. Remember the several episodes ago when I tried to do the treasure appraising with those... Whoa. With those treasure chests. Now there is a plain one, normal, splendid, and sparkling. The splendid and sparkling especially has a set of chance that they can also drop a special shipbuilding improvement permit. So it's very nice of the developers that the players have option to obtain this in game when they get lucky to open the daily chests. So in case you get them, make sure to save them because you may need a lot of those. Here. Now let me get first the other FS parts, because under that improvement interface you saw a sales slot, a gun slot and 2 ornament slots. So I want a general medium gun port, and I want a genuine medium Latin sail. Yes. Now we're gonna talk to the shipyard master. And we select our graduation Sambuk. Here we are back to the interface. You can here see the mainsail, gun port, ornaments. How do you recognize what FS parts belongs to what part material here? Now, the sail one is it's shown. Wait, did they actually? Strange. They used to actually show under what slot these FS parts belong. I will share a link in the description under the sources where which one belongs to which. Because some newer shipbuilders tend to be confused which FS parts belong to which part here. So the sail ones generally belong to the mainsail, the guns to the gun port, and the rest of the FS parts are ornaments essentially. And you can see by adding them, you can see improvement performance that will happen in the shipbuilding. We add the gun, you can see +2 to +6 chambers will be added. And I'm gonna add the high quality rigging. So all of these range values of improvement will be summed up here. And some shipbuilders consider a success or a failure depending where the improvement value will fall down. If it falls at the minimum value, or below the average value, it's called a failure. If it is higher than the average range shown here, so let's say instead of +20 horizontal sail, you get +30, that's considered a success. In the past, shipbuilding rank had a major influence when it is likely that it is a maximum improvement value instead of a minimum or average improvement value. And switching also the cargo hold, the capacity of the ship had also influence on that. I'm not sure if the latter is the same. Unfortunately, shipbuilding rank does no longer determines the success rate of these improved performance, which is really a shame because it essentially became more RNG. I kind of wish they didn't change that because rank 20 shipbuilders lost somewhat its value. However, again, rank 20 shipbuilding has still value that you want to have the best capacity range that you want to use, the minimum or the maximum, for more hold or less hold depending on the purpose. And rank 20 shipbuilding is maybe needed for over improvement, which we may face later, or for ship rebuild, aka grading, which we come back later on this episode. Now we're gonna select next, and here you can see our ship. It looks similar as a build ship, and the current capacity is shown. I want, for instance, to put 1 on 4011. I cannot say for sure if this still influenced the success rate. I will put the notes in whether it does or not. And the required days is 5 days. So I'm gonna select. Oh yeah, whatever you do, do not make sure to check that you have the no penalty range instead of a normal range, otherwise you can lose a tremendous amount of improvement, which you don't want to happen. Here we have that, and we press OK, and we can name our Sambuk, and I can call it I think the name might be long. I wonder if this gives shipbuilding proficiency. I don't think so. Well, not by much, because the amount of day of shipbuilding is... Wow, it's really changed. Now we have to wait for 5 days at sea. And many players usually stays near the port when they do that. So we have to wait for 5 days outside. Wait, okay. Sorry, my mic eyes accidentally switched the volume. Now we have to just wait 5 days till our ship is done with the improvement. This is also called modding the ship. So in case someone say modding your ship, it essentially may mean special shipbuilding improvement or improving your ship stats. Now 5 days has passed. Now I go back to the shipyard. And wait, let's recover our figure food. I mean our figure quickly. Wow, so many folklore we get. So we're gonna talk to the shipyard master. And it's completed. We received our ship. You go to ship information. And then we're gonna check our Sambuk and improve performance. Now we can check here how the performance went well, if the performance went well or not. Now unfortunately for the cannon it has minimum improvement, so we had a failure. Horizontal, there is a slight failure as well. However, there is a slight improvement for vertical sailing. So in overall, not a bad start. Now get a square sail, another medium comfort. Oh yeah, one thing to keep in mind. You can see number of improvements. It's now 1 out of 2. Because we have requested a shipbuilding improvement. This number increases each time you perform an improvement, and when it reaches its limit. Usually in old days of shipbuilding, it was not possible to improve it further anymore unless you raise the cap at Colony Port Shipyard. However, it will also increase the sailing requirement by +5 each time you use it. However, with the Order of the Prince introduction, you can now over-improve the ship. And I will show you also that section, what kind of benefit it has and what the drawback is. So we're gonna do another improvement. Yes, request. And here you can see the improved performance. Horizontal. High quality rigging. This time the focus will lie on horizontal improvement. And we do it like this. Yes. Next. And we go next. Oh wait, double check. Oh yeah, the capacity changes, so if you go next and go back, the capacity changes back to its original value, so be sure to double check that. And now we're gonna wait outside for another 5 days, aka 5 minutes. Now several minutes passed, we are almost 5 minutes. Our age is at 21, we are almost halfway. Let's go! Hope we are lucky with the next round. Because it was somewhat below average what we had. Wow, so many attempts for the body language success rate. And we're gonna check the ship. Holy smokes! Wow! We have a great success on vertical. Get an average, and horizontal is at 50. That's impressive, like that is wowzers. Our sales stats are almost maximized. Now you can see the number improvement is capped here. And you normally that is it for the ship. However, you will be wrong. This is called, you can improve the ship further beyond its limit, and players call this also overmod. Overmod is when you decide to improve your ship beyond its cap value, and that is the moment where higher shipbuilding rank it becomes a requirement. I'm not sure if I can do it. Let me check, cause if you go for overmod, the shipbuilding requirement does also increase, so... Okay, we can still do it. Always double check if you have the shipbuilding requirement for it, because as the rank increases, so it does become... is the higher overmod limit you reach beyond. But yeah, wait, we have to buy more parts. I want to focus on improving the wave resistance and turn speed. I can probably see how much money it already costs, several millions of money. Like, imagine if I did this prior to graduation of the advanced course. It will be a nightmare to do shipbuilding. It is a very expensive job to do. Okay, we have the sales. Now I want to improve the wave resistance as well as the turn speed of the ship. Now we're gonna talk to him again, and we want to improve the ship again. And normally this isn't possible, but we still can do it, as you can see. What you probably notice is the amount of shipbuilding improvement permits increases. And it is for any kind of ship, light ship, standard ship and heavy ship. The starting improvement SSIP, aka Special Shipbuilding Improvement Permit requirement, is for light ship 1 at start, standard 2, and heavy 3. The second improvement is the same, but at third improvement, light ship requires 2 SSIP, standard 4, and a heavy 6. And this will multiply again for next improvement. And here is the table how it looks like. The more improvement you do, the more permits is required over time, so the more resources you need, and this makes shipbuilding improvement even more expensive, so therefore make sure to use this permits very wisely. For my case, since I'm mostly on my own and have no help almost, I'm very sure I will use the Sambuk for a long term, so for me it's worth it to do this. However, be mindful if you're choosing other ship. Make sure that you are that your decisions are conscious to in a way that you're gonna use that ship for a long term. Otherwise, it's a lot of waste of money and materials. Now the cost is very less, and what you can see is the success rate is being shown, and that is the caveat of overmodding. When you overmod, using parts, it shows then success rate of it, which is 70% here. Each overmod beyond its cap, like if this succeeds, it becomes 3 and 2, 3 out of 2 caps. So and the next one we want to do will be 60%, and the next one will be 50% for. So the further you overmod, the lower the success rate becomes, and the difficult it will be. So what are the consequences for failure on this? Well, if it fails, your ship remains the same. Nothing happens with the ship. Your special shipbuilding improvement permits won't be consumed either. However, the FS parts, the improved shipbuilding materials, and the money you have used on will be wasted. So make sure to plan even though you don't have to plan exactly how to improve your ships, what we used to do in the past, it is still handy, so you can save some resources in general. Also, I've not mentioned how many parts do you need minimum to apply an improvement. Well, only 2, to make sure that the next is optional. But in the overall case, unless you do the improvement for other purposes, if you want to improve your ship genuinely to use your ship, make sure to use all the slots to use your improvements wisely. So success rate is 70%, so this can fail. I'm not the luckiest person out there, so it's gonna be wild. So gonna do this. Next. And upon completion, you will get a message if the improvement is going to start or whenever it's failed. Improvement failed, it says the message. So essentially we have to get more materials. And yeah, that can be very expensive in the long run. I told you I'm not that lucky. Sometimes I hate shipbuilding for this matter. The RNG that is involved is sometimes infuriating, to say the least. So we're gonna try it again. Oh, this is what we expect. Change the hold to have a little bit ship hold for ourselves. And now it succeeded. Thankfully. As you can see, that is how expensive shipbuilding can be. Oh my lord. So we're gonna stay outside, wait for another 5 days, aka 5 minutes. And let's fingers crossed that we get the best performance out of it. Alright, 5 days almost passed. This one is very exciting. Let's go! Let's drum and see what we get. And the outcome is... oh, not bad. So overall we have a good success on sales stats, plus 60, that is higher than we anticipated. Gun slot is 12, 22 now. Turn speed we have less luck, but we have very high luck with wave resistance. It is at 13, it is, which is very impressive. So our Sambuk has drastically improved. And the next topic I want to bring up is ship rebuild. But we're gonna not do it in this shipyard, we're gonna do that in the company colony. Because ship rebuild, let's talk a bit about what ship rebuild is. Ship rebuild is essentially another way to improve your ship. Except instead of using improvement materials, aka FS part, you use another ship as a sacrifice to improve your ship. So the sacrifice ship will be destroyed, and you have a chance of success that your ship will grade up. And it is also called grading. In game it is called ship rebuild. However, we players, especially shipbuilders, called grading ship. And there is a success rate of grading in order to succeed, and usually it is pretty low. And there are two factors at least that can help you to improve the odds of succeeding. And it is for players who haven't joined a company yet, and or if they don't have a company colony with a maximum shipyard. In case you don't have it, make sure to check in every single allied board for investment status, honor your marrier. And you can see the preferences being shown here. It's a bit complicated. However, what you want to have is this ship rebuilding preference. If this shows up, the marrier himself or herself, the person that is married, has plus 25% increased chance of grading ships. And for other players, including myself, is plus 10%. Sounds not a lot, however, it can save considerable amount of resources. So make sure to do this in an allied port where this is present, because in capitals and territories you won't have this high chances. So that is that. Now we're gonna switch our ship first, and Iron Will again. Do this at the docks, not at the shipyard, what I just did a while ago when before improving my ship. That is basically asking my own ship at risk to be sold by accident. Now we equip our Sambuk, hiring our sailors. And we're gonna get our ship parts back. Now we're gonna check our ship stats. And as you can see, it has drastically improved. Like from 340 to 441 to 401, and horizontal from 168 to 228. So I'm curious how much faster we will go with this. And there is yet another improvement to come as well, so we are not done yet. Since we have slightly more cargo in our ship, we can carry more. Oh, the Lily Valet is pretty expensive. I am a bit skeptical. I'm gonna grab some European crayfish instead. I'm not planning to change my job because shipwright job. If you have paid attention of me changing job, shipwright job was 65k. However, that is with endorsement. Without endorsement, it's 1.3 million, and I'm not someone that can make that money easily, even right now. It can take a while to make that much money. But let's see how our beautiful Sambuk will perform. Shall we? So, the improvement that I have with the sail mast that I picked up increased the ship speed almost up to half knots. Like, the average knot was 6.5 to 7 knots, and now it's a 7.5 to 8 knots. Bro, 9.3 knots? 9.5? No way! You're kidding me. Wait, no, we are going 10 knots? Almost? Yeah. Our Sambuk is going much faster, holy smokes! Holy smokes! I'm gonna check how long it takes for us to go to the colony soon. It is nuts. Like, the difference is very clear. Now that was much faster. Holy moly. Yep, there goes our discount. Now let's get some trade goods to Amsterdam and London, and then go to the company colony. I don't think I can win this one yet. I have not a great cannon guns in my possession. It's in a galleon, so I feel like the opponents are much stronger. Oh right, Shipwright has sail handling favored. Very nice. We wanted to have sail handling on rank 7 for a very good reason. Ooh, Adventure 24. Let's go! Now we're gonna do a quest to Bordeaux first. Okay, maybe there's a quest that can lead us to Caribbean. Let's ask. No. Unlucky. Now we have increased our insurance grade since we carry way more money than usual. We are really growing faster now. Now we're gonna build a ship. I'm gonna see if the longest day ship build is best actually. Yeah, I'm gonna try this out. Wow. Let's go to Calais first before we go to the colony. Now we go to the gatekeeper to find the ancient relic for this quest. Oh, it's in a church. Never mind. At least it does make my life a bit easier. There we go. Discovery. Let's see how long it will take to get to the colony, if it will be 28 days or not. Ah! Someone shared the formula of a new space shipbuilding system. So that's how it works now. We arrived somewhat too early. We need to wait 2.5 more days. Oof, ship on fire, please. Let the day pass. We better go in before the crayfishes are burning. So we're gonna visit my own camp. Not the Ghost Division, but Oslo Asana community. So they do have a scholar here. Oh, we cannot get research from here. Well, that kinda sucks. Oof, 700k lost that. Oh yeah, we do. I do have to switch from ship. Of course, I have to sell my goods first. Let's do that for before we. That's some nice XP. Okay, we have about 11 million ducats. We are still pretty rich. However, watch until until a ship we built will be introduced to get grading. You're gonna see how fast the money is gonna burn away. Oh, we are at the other shipyard. Well, that's fine. I mean, they are essentially the same. Now, one thing we need for sure is we need all the money we have. Oh. Almost 10 million ducats. Now, for ship rebuild. We're gonna do a small demonstration. Oh wait, they don't have a bar guy. Cannot get them. Oh well, we're gonna do the carracks then here. Oh yeah, it's the first time we purchase a ship. So essentially, in case the video won't be as clear about ship rebuilding, you can always ask about a ship rebuild instruction. Yep, we're gonna listen. So what the shipwright is saying is what I've said to say. Ship rebuild is refitting your ship. It's another form of improvement by using your main ship and fuse it with. It's also called as fusion. Your main ship will be fused with the material ship, and that material ship will be sacrificed. And if it's successful, your ship goes grade up. Here is the grading of the ship from 0 to 8, and each time you successfully grade, it will go grade up. But as it goes up, it will be harder to grade up the next ship as the success rate becomes lower, so you need a better grade material ship. And if it fails, a grade XP bar will be filled on your ship, and as the bar fills further, the success rate of your ship rebuild increases too. So you can have a great bonus choices as well, like with shipbuilding improvement, and you're gonna make a so with shipyard, I gave an example at skill slot addition. Each ship can have up to 2 optional skills that you can select when you do custom building. And with grading, for instance, grade 1, grade 3 and grade 6, you can choose a grading bonus aside from passive stats bonus. The passive stat bonus is given when the ship gets a grade, and depending on the ship form, expedition, trade or battle or hybrid or generic, these kind of bonus will be also given. But grade bonuses are one of the major important things that people will do grading. It benefits, for instance, having extra ship skill they can pick, or they can increase acceleration of the ship, which is what I'm gonna do, or they can inherit a ship from another ship by inheriting a ship skill that your own ship can normally not have, for instance. There are a lot of benefits, however, ship rebuild is very risky and expensive. Ship dismantling. So what you can dismantle your ship if it has grade 1, for instance, and if you want to dismantle it, you can use you get blueprints. You can use those blueprints to increase grade XP, to increase your overall success. However, this is very tedious, and almost no player uses blueprints unless it's for grade 1, because the higher the grade of the ship, the more blueprints you need to maximize the grade XP of the ship. And most people opt for ultimate blueprint, which always fulfills the grade XP. However, it's mostly a cash item unless you get it from the daily chests, so it's nice that they made that also game obtainable. Okay, so ship rebuild called fusion, and we're gonna fuse. We want to improve the grade of this ship. So as you can see, you can see the cost. In case you want to practice by the way with ship rebuild for a new place that starts shipbuilding, you can do barcas. Barcas are only one few thousand ducats cost that you do use, so it's a good way to practice it. I'm doing this because I have already experience, so the reason we do it in the shipyard here in the colony is, as I said, for those who have no access to colony, having a neutral port with a major active that has ship rebuild preference gives plus 10%. Here it's not only plus 20% with the rank 3 shipyard in the company colony, how additionally you also get the 20% discount cost with grading, which is great for me because we have to use not too much money as we can. So I feel like the likelihood I get the ship to grade 2 perhaps, but we will see. So the ship you first select, I select the ship, and this will be my ship that I wish to improve. Then the ship that I will select next will be the ship that will be sacrificed. Once we do that, you can see the success rate given here, and you can select the bonus. And you can see the bonuses that give these bonuses improve ship stats. Usually these were helpful. Unfortunately, because of the overmod limit, all of this is very useless. that's only to the bar of the improved performance, so I do not recommend to select any of these. Maybe for this one, if you are using an 8 ship, that where you won't use anything else and you won't want to, and in case you don't want to put more improvements. Broadside Edition is mainly a bonus that allows you to have an extra broadside slot on your gun. So let's say I have 2 slots, there will be a 3rd slot added here, so I can have 3 cannons equipped then. There is a limit, however, how many you can add here. For a light ship it's maximum 3 chambers, and for a standard ship that is 4 chambers, like my Sambuk, and heavy ships can have up to 5 chambers. And let me see, you can also add bow and stern turrets, so you can have a cannon that shoots from the front or behind. However, I do not recommend it to use those bonuses, it's not worth it. Additional skill slot, this is what the shipwright has told us. If we pick this one, we can we have 3 optional skills we can add on our ship. However, that is not our goal. Gunbow refit is a refit that increases your cannon fire damage by 5% approx, but your defense against cannon fire is reduced by -5%, as well as your melee getting weakened. Armor refit increases your reduces the cannon fire damage received by approximately 5%, however your maximum speed is also reduced by 5% approx. Melee increases your melee attack and defense, in exchange that your cannon fire performs worse about 5% on both sides. This gives essentially more XP when you do discoveries, and if I'm not mistaken, there was another function for this ship. It's been a while. Okay, so aside from the discovery and marine XP you get also bonus progression for racing shipwrecks, which can be handy. However, we are not gonna focus on that either. So I want to ship speed up 1. As the name suggests, it says increases ship speed. However, it's quite misleading because it rather increases ship acceleration. So the time it takes to get to the maximum speed for your ship when it departs or moves, or when it makes a turn to recover. However, it's still helpful regardless, especially for my ship, because we have a little bit more cargo, so this can compensate acceleration loss. So we make sure to check your ship, that is the improved one you want, and this is the material ship. Always double check for grading, because there are some incidents that players lost the main ship from grading by selecting it accidentally as material ship. Always check carefully. Now, it will give a warning to the, so you can double confirm. And as you can see, the grade has failed. TeriTeri Sambuk grade XP has increased. What this translates to is that we have a little bit grade XP here, and as this bar fills up, the success rate increases over time. So we're gonna try again. And it failed again. And one more try. As you can see, this is very frustrating and it can be very costly. Actually, a cheaper way to grade Sambuk is by having your own Sambuk material ships. But even then, that one isn't as easy. Another failure. I am not lucky, like it's after several failures we have still no success. Still no success. And that is how frustrating ship rebuild can be, because it's really RNG, which is worse than ship improvement, essentially. Because we have lost more than 5 mil and we still have no success. Now there is a way to solve this. That we're gonna use the material ship to improve. And we're gonna do this. Oh my lord. This isn't funny anymore. We are very unlucky, I can tell. The most unlucky situation that I've ever seen. Screw you, shipwright. Yeah, screw you. We managed to get a grade, but at a very high cost. You can see the grade succeeded, and we have received a grade 1 now on our Sambuk, which I will show you. So it went grade 1 up. We have some sales stats increase. And you can also see every grade the ship goes up, the handling proficiency upper limit increased also by 5. And here we have ship speed up 1 being shown, a special improvement, so we have our first grade. But that is after spending almost 10 million only for a standard ship. Like, that's crazy. Now we have to pull some money out of this, because grade 2 is very unlikely because of this, because oh my god, how unlucky I am. Yeah, this is the worst. 4% chance. I'm not expecting this to succeed, but let's try. Yeah, nothing happens. So yeah, that is ship rebuild, ladies and gentlemen, and look how broke we have become. So yeah, warning for that. If you're gonna ship rebuild, do it at your own risk. Yeah, while we are actually here, let's check the printer. Oh, renegotiation demands. These items are very helpful. Just to let you know. Discharge petition. Purchase order category 2. Not bad, not bad. So we're gonna visit our colony. Very unfortunate, like, I have to admit I am very angry right now because that was beyond unlucky and we lost all 10 million. So yeah, warning, if you want to ship rebuild, think about that before you start. Make sure to save your money first. Alright, we got that. So that was shipbuilding, what we have done. Now, as you can see, our ship accelerates faster than usual somewhat, which is very nice. Now, I think I called for today here. We're gonna stop at Boston because at Boston I will show you the Academy Associate for the next episode. I think we have covered too much already for this episode alone. With shipbuilding, we did so much at the moment. Actually, wait, let's do an entire episode at the tavern. But as you can see, our Sambuk has significantly improved with our shipbuilding skill. And the shipbuilding formula for grinding has been given by K9 Mensa on the world chat. Now I'm gonna join the band soon. But yeah, it was really a very nice episode. Like, we have covered shipbuilding, the basics, and what FS parts essentially means, how to use those, and why special shipbuilding improvements are important. You can get the other ones also, by the way, on the other papaya challenge boxes that you can take, but they can take a lot of inventory slots, so make sure to have inventory slots before you pick them, because they are not tradable, and it's very sad if you have to waste all of those. So anyways, and we covered also how to improve ship. Our Sambuk has our sales stats improved considerably, and we have higher wave resistance, slightly better turn speed. Unfortunately, the grade went worse than I actually thought. I was expecting at least grade 2 at some point, but the luck was absolutely mind-blowing against us. It's frustrating. So I may get this to grade 3 in the late episodes, not anytime soon, because this is even for standard ships expensive. But if it were a light ship that you are using, you can use barcas as material ships, and grading those ships are much cheaper. So for new players using light ships, this is doable still. But for me, a standard ship like a Sambuk, or anyone who uses another standard ship or heavy ship even, prepare your wallet to get burned like hell, like hellfire. And so this great bonus is given. And yeah, what else we cover? Yeah, we have found some wonderful loot items too. And Minute of Death especially, I have never expected someone to drop that. Like, wow, what's I see our Shardy is almost destroyed, so we might have to replenish some equipment later on. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed watching, and also our ship went almost about 10 knots within Europe. Outside Europe it will be even maybe 11. And the days it took to get to here is probably much faster too. I will put a description how long faster it is. Everyone, thank you so much for watching for this episode. And see you all until the next one. Have a great day. Cheers!